that kind of brings me to the topic of Indiaspora and your personal journey itself. I read somewhere from $8 to global boardrooms. So tell us about yourself. So how was your journey? How did you start? And what is your background?
Yeah, I have to start by saying I'm a very lucky person. Okay. It's not anything unusual I've done. It's not anything special qualities that I have. It's just that I happen to be very lucky, even though I was very unlucky at an early age. My father passed away when I was 10 years old. So I did not have the benefit of having a father figure in my life when I grew up. So my mother was the most important person in my life. And, so I owe a lot to my mother in terms of where I am today. That's why I said, you can always look back and look at the unlucky things or bad things that happen, but you have to move forward and work with people who are helping you, like my mother, who supported me throughout my life. And so I owe a lot to how I was brought up, the love and caring that I got. And so when I came to the US in the 70s, the Indian government would only give $8 to someone going overseas, right? So in fact, there was a movie made in those days around the world in $8 because that's all anyone got, whether you're a tourist, a student, whatever, you got $8 to leave. Okay, so
Amazing.
that's how many of us came here. And I did and the rest of my journey was pretty boring. Go to college, get an MBA, go get a job. But what changed my life was I had a very average job in Houston, Texas, working in a manufacturing company. And when I'd gone for some training, there was a consultant who was training us. And he said, "Tell me, MR, tell me more about yourself. What do you do?" So I said, "I have an MBA. I use computers." And he said, "Why the hell are you living in Houston, Texas? You should be in Silicon Valley." Okay. That was 1982, not
Wow.
2000, not 2020, 1982. And so I started thinking, where's the Silicon Valley? What is this all about? Because those days we had no internet, no
Yeah.
Facebook, no LinkedIn, none of this stuff, no podcast. So how do you find where is Silicon Valley? How do you find what are the job opportunities? None of that information. So I said, I was young, I was single. So I said, hey, why not find Silicon Valley? So somehow I managed to get in the library, new old newspapers from San Francisco, look up the classified section for advertising in jobs, write a lot of people using regular letters. And then one of them called me, one of them interviewed me on the phone, flew me to California, gave me a job. Okay. So it was complete accident how I ended up in 1982 in Silicon Valley. The rest, as they say, is history. I saw the advent of the computer, the personal computer, the mini computers, met people like Steve Jobs and Larry Ellison and so many of these people in the 40 plus years I've lived here and seen every new technology come about, every boom cycle, every bust cycle. And I was fortunate. That is total accident and luck. And so I got to work with smartest people, work in great companies, make great investments. And that the rest of it, like I said, is not in my control. It's I owe a lot to a lot of people and a lot of luck.